under a starry night, one might wonder if all this up there is not far, far, far much too complex to reflect a symmetry with the human affairs at all. And we believe it is not the case. What we see when we see, say, an asteroid, it's an event. An event comprised of all of its components. An event taking place in the in the atmosphere for a short period of time. It's not with colors and so on, trajectory, many details to precise, of course, but it's not very extremely complex and a complex environment to parameter. If we take a giant gas forming a future sun, for instance, it's a very complex environment of a uniform overall texture for immense, large spans of space-time. So the complexity of all there is in the universe might not be at all exceeding the simple complexity of a human mind trying to figure it out. Maybe, after all, Chinese people are able to learn up to 300, 400, for the best of them, 300, 400 thousand hydrograms. So a physicist could learn maybe 1,000 configuration of diverse skies, and it would still be manageable. Or is there a richness we don't see because we're far from any real research about the sky? Maybe. And if we recall latest lessons on complexity we watched on YouTube from excellent specialists, they tend to acknowledge the fact that complexity is not about the multiplication of situations that are the same, because this could be easily sorted via indexation. If you have a large number of patches that resemble all of them the same, you can say page 1 and page in this one, in this 2, and so on, and you can go very far with simple annotations. No need to complex concepts to numerate and count objects in the sky, even if it's molecules, particles, as long as they all do the same, approximately at the same time, at the same place, no matter what direction or precise, peculiar trajectory they have, unless we get to the point the bare particulars are the real objects. They are space-time, the particle. So we don't have a standard model that gives us an ultimate particle. And so for now there is a bunch of bosons and electrons and the baryon and individual matter. And maybe this complexity is not unsolvable either for human brain. So nature, the physics is not too much for the human brain. And culture is not too much for the human brain. We only have a little sample for all of this. But a complete sample, it's a little sample of the world. It will grow if we study more, if we get along with the world. And will the world be enough? The real world, travelers say it is. And problem is, traveling is virtually impossible. Or we have to make violence to ourselves, because the conditions of reception when we try to travel, you see, there is no room, it's closed, it's late, it's raining, and you don't see where you're conducting us, while we see very well what's happening. So, Earlier, we found a congregation of Baptists. We prayed a little with them. We went on a tour trying to find a hotel room. On our way back, we found them back. And we went to see the preacher. We talked to him briefly. He invited us on Sunday, 10 a.m., to come and discuss all this. We have to say to them, we want to tell them, the French people don't dance at the gospel because they are lazy. And as someone noted, French is not the language of shut up. Someone else replied, And these people must see themselves as Americans. Otherwise, they would never dance in this country. And they didn't dance when we were praying. It was complicated to animate. The preacher was good, and the preach was good, and the spirit was good, and we were all there. And the people, the French people, not really interested. This is sad. So on next Sunday, we're going to try to explain the complexity of a very simple thing. How to revive this spirit of good working, of good winning in France. It's about lost for the French natives who repeatedly chose, and they have the right to vote, so they actively chose to destroy any chance they had. So we're not going to help them. But the foreign people in here and the minorities in here, they deserve better than this losers attitude they have all the time, not really willing to, not really interested in. It's not possible to carry on this way. We have to be stronger. And so on Sunday, we're going to go explain this congregation, and maybe it will be useful, and it will... Last time we tried in church, it didn't really work. We tried elsewhere. We'll see. We have faith in their effort, in their faith. We don't have faith. We were raped like babies. How do you want to have faith in something that would be put into you after that? No, thank you. And it's not because we don't have faith that the notion we have to organize to get better progress for the life of all of us, all the minorities. And we wanted to recall this man in the 30s, in the 40s, in the 50s, in the 60s, in the United States and everywhere where social work and civil rights advanced. There were alliances among communities of all those in the minorities who were rejected and not well welcomed in the society. So maybe this could be a way to help them understand why the mood was not so good. Because he was asking, was it good, was it good? It was not so good because the audience in France is not very responsive to cheerfulness. They lost this appetite to cheer up. It's so sad a situation. You don't want to cheer up in here. So even in these communities, you don't want to cheer up too much, because if you cheer up too much, you appear suspect to the other. You would have something the French people don't have, and if they see this, it's terrible to this point. So you have a bunch of people who make an effort to speak, to write, to learn, to teach, to study in French, and the mentality attached to this language is so poor, they cannot express their freedom. And they don't have liberty in here, so they try. And we believe we can help them. And on Sunday, we're going to give some keys. It's going to be maybe a harsh day for the man. Maybe he will be here. He's from another city. He invited us, told us he would be here. If he's here, it's great. If it's not here, we're going to talk as well. And to help them understand what we think of what they have to do as preacher, as church, if they want to help the French community, change record and play another tune. A better tune, something dancing, something funny, something light, I don't know. For now, it's really gloomy. It's doomsday gloomy music in France all the time now. You open any news,
All you hear is racist journalists on TV or anti-Semitic journalists on TV, all the same. And stupid politicians, bad policies applied, controversies about what? For instance, in France there's a controversy. We don't know the details, it's not interesting to us. There's been a rape, and now they are judging the rapist, and it's the headlight of the news for at least a month. What's the problem? Is it good to rape or not? They're still asking the same question. And they're debating among them about this in silk. Of course, they don't say the words, but this is the question. The men in France don't want to abandon this privilege to be able to rape. And the victim, for once, the image will be shown, decided justice today, in order to make maybe something react in France, and nothing happens. The same stupidity they have today. They have the worst economic situation, the worst social situation. All the indicators are to the worst. And the only question that matters to them is, do they rape well or not their wife? Sorry, this doesn't cut it. And as long as the international community doesn't come to tap on the shoulder of France to tell them, hey, can you stop this for a minute? We all know you have to stop. Stop now. You're doing it all wrong. You're hurting everyone. You're about to hurt them yourself so badly. Stop it, please. Do it otherwise. Listen to others. Until the international community doesn't come to find France and do this, we continue with the same stick. Oh, this is a black cat. We like black cat. He wants to cheer up. He wants to cuddle. Oh, yes, in the gutter, a black cat. Beautiful cat. Not aggressive at all. Or could it be Doug? Doug was a black cat. We're going to call... No, the lost cat is lost. Sorry. Oh. Doug? Doug? Yeah, it's Doug. Als je komt te komen zes. Komt te komen zes. Oh, wow.